Hey everyone, Travis here. About a week out from LCS, a little bit less than that actually, at the CLG house. Just interviewed Seraph, and now I am about to interview Link. It's been a long day of scrims, but it's okay because Link is super awake and energetic and ready for this interview. Link, I'd love to talk to you about what it was like being on Cloud9, because I interviewed you right before the start of All Stars. What did you learn at All Stars? What are you going to take back to CLG now that you've returned?
Technically, I'm still on Cloud9, so
Okay.
get your facts straight.
Sorry, I was uninformed of that before this.
All right. Well, I learned a lot playing at All Stars because, well, I basically got to play versus all the international mid laners and also the best international teams. So it was a pretty good experience. Not only that, I also got to play with Cloud9, basically the best NA region, and also the team that CLG basically tried to learn from because they were the best in the region. So it was overall a really good learning experience. Obviously there's a lot of stuff that I could just talk about what I learned, but that's kind of it's too specific and too in detail. But I mean, we got our asses kicked, and I mean, we still kick some ass as well. So I mean, we did pretty good considering that I was basically playing as a sub. So yeah.
Now, do you have any comments on the fact that that Faker in the post game press conference said he was impressed with you because you beat him in lane several times in the in scrims?
I don't know. It's kind of like a random comment that he made, but I think it's just because I managed to kill him a couple of times, and that's only because he made a lot of random dumb mistakes. Okay. And it just felt like he was just trying to get used to all the setups, and just very felt uncharacteristic of Faker. But for the most part, he is the best mid laner I've ever lane versus by far. So I guess it's nice, and I get some respect from Faker. He noticed me.
Yeah. Faker noticed you. Now you've returned. You leave, and when you come back, there's suddenly a Korean living in the house alongside you. So what's it been like having Seraph here?
Honestly, I got back here 2 to 3 days ago. So so far all I've seen him do is play League. Yeah. And he seems very shy, and he's really quiet. So I'm still getting I'm still getting used to him and trying to get to know him too.
So outside of the game, you guys are still learning about each other. But how's stuff going inside of the game?
Inside of the game, it's kind of rough right now because we have a lot of communication problems, and that's mainly because Seraph is Korean and he's trying to get used to, us talking quote unquote English, which really isn't English. It's like
dragon.
Yeah, mixed in with a lot of swearing and a lot of words that really don't make sense, but somehow just happen to be in there.
Holy moly!
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of words that shouldn't be said, but it just happens to be in here. So I guess it's gonna make Seraph's job understanding a lot harder, but it's also a good excuse for us to clean up our communications a bit and trying to organize it, and help us be concise and organized so that we can figure out and tell him what to do, and so we understand him when he tells us what he knows. But I mean, we're still getting used to it, but for the most part we're doing okay.
Now you're going to be entering a North American LCS on Friday where every single teammate, with the exception of Cloud9, will have changed, including your own. Any expectations or ideas for where you guys are going to fit in that shuffle? I mean, I would personally bet Cloud9 up at the top. So where else would you guys be?
So Cloud9 first, TSM second, CLG third, and then I feel like LMQ is gonna be fourth just from screening versus them. I think Curse is doing. They got a lot better recently, and they seem to be doing quite well. I think the meta kind of fits them right now. They play a lot of. Actually, I want to talk about that. Yeah. And then Dignitas,
they're still figuring out the two new guys on their team.
Yeah, and then I think EG's pretty much. I think EG got a lot better too, but who was the last team?
Well, you got Complexity.
Oh yeah, holy shit! complexity. Yeah, I think we play versus them like in the second week or something like that. So I'm not even like concerned right now. Like I'm actually curious to see who they play against, because I feel like they're gonna play versus like all the top like TSM and Cloud9 or something like that, and they're just gonna feel the pain of LCS.
Welcome, guys. It's first week at boot camp. You don't foresee the two roster changes on TSM setting them back at all?
I think TSM got stronger. Okay. Just from playing versus them. And I think with Reggie and Odd1 like being their coaches, they're in a good spot right now. Okay. And I think they're gonna get stronger too.
Interesting stuff. Other than that, any thoughts on the beginning of an ALCS? Are you hype? Or are you like, you're gonna miss Morn Coast and that other team, XDG?
I think I'm gonna miss XDG/Vulcan the most. I mean, they're all like my close friends and my former teammates, so it just feels weird when I'm like, I don't see like ManCloud and like Benny and Xminty playing like Zuna, so it's kind of weird. But also it's kind of weird when you see like specials on Curse and you see like Shifter and Xander on Dignitas. So this LCS season is gonna be quite weird, and it's gonna be fun too, cause like the Chinese are in here too. So it's not really like NA LCS, it's more like international, because there's all these European junglers and there's all these NA, and then we have like a random Korean top laner. So I don't know, it's going to be fun.
Well, you guys more than anybody are an example of what the international NA LCS is. Any final thoughts or shout-outs at the end of this?
I think it's going to be a rough start for CLG, but I feel like we always do well in LCS, or we pull it out and show off some interesting and fun games. So stick in there and support us. We're trying our best to be rank 1 and get into Worlds and do really well. So we're trying that. As for final shoutouts, shoutouts for our sponsor, Azubu, Razer, NZXT, and iBuyPower. Yeah.
Shoutouts to Dexter, who woke up in the middle of this interview and came down to watch it. Check out the rest of our coverage of all things leading up to the LCS at ongamers.com.